Hello everybody! Today we're going to unpack and take a close-up look at the Salter Carbon Steel Pan for Life frying pan. So let's go ahead and remove its clear plastic bag outer packaging, of course sliding it off, and of course keeping that away from babies, children and pets. And now taking a look at this 28cm carbon steel Pan for Life frying pan from Salter. So this frying pan measures 28 centimeters, and that 28 centimeters is measured across the base of the frying pan. And it does have a silicone grip handle. And just taking a look at the details. So I'm just going to set the frying pan on the tabletop so you have a nice clear view as it is fresh out from its clear plastic bag packaging. And now taking a close-up look at the details. So there is a tag on the handle. About seasoning the frying pan for a lifetime guarantee. And then of course taking a close-up look at the product literature that's attached to the frying pan. So the frying pan is pre-seasoned and free of PTFE and PFOA, which are non-stick coatings. And just taking a close-up look at the details on the product literature. And on the underside of the frying pan, there are further details. So now let's take a close-up look. So there are some important information or instructions before first use. So you need to wash the frying pan in warm, soapy water to remove the factory wax coating, and then after that drying it over a warm hob, and then of course pre-seasoning it with some cooking oil and then wiping it dry, and of course reapplying that process again just to properly pre-season and treat the frying pan. So the frying pan never needs washing after the initial steps. It just requires a simple wipe, and then it is ready for reuse. So remember to follow those steps to get your frying pan ready for first use, and of course prolonging the lifespan of your frying pan. Now let's go ahead and remove that product literature or card that's attached to the frying pan. So let's just rip it off. Of course, actually giving you a close-up look at the other details as well, right there with the barcode. Okay, so let's just tear off that product literature so you have a better view of the frying pan, and you can see my fingers leaving some marks on the frying pan already on the factory wax coating. So as I mentioned, follows those important steps in removing that original factory wax coating by washing it in warm soapy water and drying the frying pan over a warm hob, and doing so very thoroughly. And of course taking a look on the underside of that product literature card. There are some further details, and once again we see that important before first use instruction about washing that wax layer off and drying it very thoroughly over a warm hob, and then of course applying the pre-seasoning layer with cooking oil and wiping dry, and of course reapplying to give it the optimum cooking flavors and of course patina and non-stick protection. So right there is that product literature. Just going to set it down on the right hand side of the frame so we can see. And as I mentioned, this is the largest of Salter's carbon steel pan for life frying pans with a 28 centimeter size. So that 28 centimeters is measured from end to end on the bottom or base, the flat side of the frying pan. And now giving you a close-up look at all the details. So it is quite a heavy frying pan, quite substantial in weight and large in size, being 28 centimeters. So just going to set it down to give you a nice clear look with the tag still attached. Doesn't really matter too much, since the concern is really looking at the other details such as the depth of the frying pan and of course that wax coating. So as I mentioned, you can see my finger leaving some streaks, so that is the factory wax coating. So make sure you wash that off and then follow the pre-season instructions before you start cooking. So giving you a close-up look at the details, you can see those chunky rivets there, 3 rivets holding the handle to the pan, and of course that silicone coated handle. So as I mentioned, this pan is oven safe up to 200 degrees Celsius or gas mark 6. So hopefully I can get the camcorder to focus right there on the handle. So a rather slim handle for such a heavy frying pan. And the pan measures 4.9 centimeters deep. So giving you a look right there at this carbon steel frying pan from Salter and the overall design and construction, of course. And just giving you some idea as to the thickness of the carbon steel frying pan. Right there you can see on the rim about 1 millimeter thick or slightly under 1 millimeter. And just giving you some idea as to the size. Once again, as I mentioned, this is a 28 centimeter frying pan, so that 28 centimeter is measured across the base of the frying pan, and just placing my hand in the middle, giving you some idea of the size of this frying pan right there. Okay, so those are the details, and you can see there are ridges on the outer surface of the frying pan. That's part of its design, and it does have this slightly concentric circle in the middle of the frying pan. So right there, giving you some idea that it does protrude out from the rest of the base ever so slightly, as you can see right there, as the light plays along the underside of the base. And now giving you another look right round the details and aspects of this Salter carbon steel pan for life frying pan in the 28 centimeter size. So in terms of the surface, so that flat inner circle does stick out or protrude in the middle of the frying pan, so slightly, as it does provide that outer flatter circle on the bottom as well. So as you can see right there, very subtly. And once again, giving you some idea as I tap my finger on the various parts of this Salter carbon steel pan for life frying pan. And in terms of weight, once again, it does have that nice grippy silicone handle or grip for this very large frying pan. So that's the Salter Carbon Steel Pan for Life frying pan. Thanks for watching and happy frying!